Hello everyone, this video comes much sooner than I expected. I shot the last video pretty much right after I got the camera working, so expectedly it has tons of problems. Over the past few months, I've been working on fixing some of the most pressing issues. I'm going to show you some sample photos me and my friends took, and talking about what has changed since last video. The first change is the battery pack has switched from 3.7 volt cells in parallel to in serial to provide 7.4 volt. With the same power, doubling the voltage reduced the current by half. For components like wires and power switches, which are close to resistive loads, the power loss is proportional to the square of the current. By increasing the voltage, power distribution losses can be greatly reduced. In this revision, power converter chips with lower integrated switch resistance were also used, further improving the power efficiency. As a result, the total power consumption during live view at 3 fps was reduced from the original 7.2 watt to just 4.2 watt. Unfortunately, the saved power has to be spent elsewhere. As mentioned earlier, the live view frame rate was only 3 fps, which is pretty bad. The KI11000 sensor offers a feature to alleviate this issue: line skipping. Line skipping on CCDs is different from that on CMOS sensors. CMOS can select and read any pixels, while CCD can only either skip an entire row or read an entire row. Moreover, skipping a row still takes several microseconds rather than being instantaneous, so the frame rate improvement is not that dramatic. This feature was included in the previous revision as well, but the higher frame rate increased power consumption, which overwhelmed the power supply, so I had to disable it. This time with a beefier power supply, line skipping can be enabled. With one line sampled every 6 lines, the live view frame rate can reach 14 fps. Another issue related to the live view is focusing. Currently, the device only supports manual focusing but lacks any focus assistant features. Two feasible options are focus peaking and image magnification, also known as ROI, region of interest. Here, I've implemented the ROI first. The ROI also relies on the line skipping. Skip unused rows, continuously sample rows in the region of interest, and then skip the remaining rows. The current implementation still has some bugs. Colors are quite off, but it's good enough for focusing. Next is the image quality issue. In the sample photos, aside from random noise, there are two very obvious problems. One is the discontinuity in the center of the image, and the other is patterned diagonal stripes. The diagonal stripes are relatively easy to solve. They are just noise from the SD card. The solution is to turn off the SD card when it's not used. Of course, the fact that SD card noise can couple into the image at all is a major issue that needs further investigation. The other problem is the discontinuity. This is because the CCD used dual channel to speed up the readout process. The left and right sides of the image are handled by two independent readout circuits. If there is mismatch between the two, it results in brightness differences causing the discontinuity. A common solution is software calibration to compensate for the mismatch. Here, I chose to just not use dual channel at all, so I don't have the problem. During live view, dual channel readout is still used to ensure speed, but for full resolution capture, it switches to single channel readout. With slower readout, the dark current is increased and the smear becomes more severe, but trade-offs have to be made. With these two problems addressed, the image quality is noticeably better, although there is still a lot of room for improvement. Finally, this machine also has a translucent shell from previous prints. I wonder what people think about it. I actually quite like it and might try more of that in the future. That's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.